Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a video on a recipe that people could make for their kids or grandkids, a snacky mix since they're home from school for the summer. I love Chex Mix, but when I buy it from the grocery store, it's just too salty for me. And it has things in it that I don't want to eat. Like, I always leave the pretzels to last and then eat those, but I really don't want them. So I know it's going to look kind of strange, but I'm going to make a half a batch of the Chex Mix recipe that's on the back of this Corn Chex box, using just Corn Chex and a Rice Chex, a knockoff from Aldi. So I put the recipe on at the very beginning if you want to make a full batch and want to put all of the goodies that it calls for in it. But just know that mine will be different. I'm starting with 3.5 tablespoons to 4 tablespoons of plant butter that I put in the microwave on third power for 30 seconds to melt. Then I'm adding 3 cups of the Rice Squares cereal to a bowl and 3 cups of the Corn Chex squares to a bowl and mixing them together. Now that my butter is melted, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, or Who's Your Sister sauce, to the butter. And as you can see, I'm not measuring, I'm just eyeballing it. Then if I were measuring, I would put 3/4 of a teaspoon of seasoned salt in the little measuring cup, but I just add a couple of shakes instead. And then if I were also measuring garlic powder, I would put a little less than half of a teaspoon in it, and you can see that half of that blew out from the AC blowing it. It blew out of the cup, measuring cup. And a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder. Then stir it all together and pour it over the cereal mix and stir it all together well. Now you can add anything to this you want. If you want to add goldfish crackers or pretzels or nuts or Cheerios, or I like the pumpernickel chips that come in the Gardetto's snack mix. But the only place I can find those at is at Walmart. And so if I get to Walmart in the next couple of days, I may add it to it. They're already seasoned, so I wouldn't need to put them, I wouldn't need to put the seasoning mix on them before it was baked. I can just add them to that afterwards. I put a sheet of parchment paper on the baking sheet, and I'm just spreading the mix out on that. And I am going to bake it in a 250-degree Fahrenheit oven for 1 hour. But I will need to set my timer and stir it after every 15 minutes of baking. So you can really customize this to however you want it to be. If you don't like pretzels, don't put the pretzels in. If you don't like goldfish crackers, don't put the goldfish crackers in. You could also use Cheez-It crackers in this, or broken up bagel chips, or any other kind of cracker that you like. And the really good thing about it, especially with kids, is that you can control the ingredients that go into this, and you can put less salt in if you don't want them to have too much salt. So that was the first stir after the first 15 minutes, and then I did it 2 more times. On the recipe, there is an option to bake it or cook it in the microwave, but I've never had good luck with this. I always end up burning it when I do it that way. And this is the final product after it's completed its baking, and a little mouse is getting into it. This was lightly seasoned and crunchy and just delicious. My daughter started eating it, and I didn't think there was going to be any left. So make some of this for your kids or your grandkids, especially if you want them to have a snack available that isn't full of a bunch of salt or sugar. Thanks for watching. Please like this video and subscribe if you want to. Bye-bye.